Wow. Today, a Tuesday. And today, na the 23rd of March. You know that, right? Okay. This na the day where inside we yard in 1991. For you who not been born yet. Now the time that one day where them been shoot the first gun inside we yard. Now Bomau, Kailaon district, east of the country. Well, from that time day to now 30 years. Yes, 30 years. Where that thing they don't happen inside we yard. But what we don't learn out of this? One time day where we be actually go back into history and try for look back at waiting we for learn out of all waiting they go on inside we yard. But because of the things that we've been doing, if you go now we description box, sorry, you go now we channel and search for waiting and call Sierra Leone sits on time bomb. You go able to get that one day. When you go there, then go ask you 1-2 questions, then you answer to that day, and then you go able for watch that particular video day. But before we go into all of this thing, the caretaker, after the country 3 years, they don't say the way how they don't transform the lives of youth them inside we yard. It better pass how it been day before. By the way, for saying no, you're Dandy.
Your last statement we just get to people, are you sure of that?
Not to me for sure. Not to me for sure. That's what they say, pa. I don't know what you think. But anyway, Zainabawa Bangura, where they work for UN na Nairobi, Kenya, don't talk say people need for pay attention. Then say we really need for no waiting they happen because some of the things them, especially the government, some of the things them way cause the 11-year rebel war in our country visible right now inside we yard. The Human Rights Commission self don't support that one day, as they say. From 2019 to now, they can't complain the way they don't get that the Human Rights Commission. Now, just them things then they. Now the causes them of the rebel war inside we yard. Well, this looks serious, ain't it? Okay. Well, we go look inside all of them things then they. But the first one, it looks sweet, eh? What happened?
No, me love the sweets me.
No, but I like
Listen, now we had business.
the first one
We had
sweet.
business.
You know, I just like no more, you know, we had people they really they get conscious vibes. They look sweet. And myself I support that one day. I support that one day. But anyway, before we go into all of them one day, I go really like we read something just now. I will read one particular piece where somebody sent to me, and I feel say this one is really they in place for we pass them over to you, yeah? Listen what they read them.
Mama, make you pray for me. Because we don't tire.
Okay, so let's read this piece quick when this person sent to me. He said to all my people and leaders, let no one fool you that a leader or president cannot change or transform a country within 5 years. He said, let no one fool you that a country cannot be moved from low income economy to a middle income economy in 5 years. Let no one fool you that corruption cannot be dealt with within 5 years. Let no one fool you that a leader that has stolen from his or a people deserve to be treated well. He or she is a criminal to all generations. Let no one fool you that big transformation cannot be done in 5 years in Mama Salone with just 8 million people compared to Tanzania with 60 million people. Let no one tell you that bad business deals for our country cannot be cancelled or changed for the well-being of our people and country. Let no one fool you that we have to make money from other countries or organizations and be beggars for development to make place or to take place. Let no one fool you that our natural resources are not enough to build and transform Mama Salone. Let no one fool you that you are not capable of electing leaders that can or should transform our lives. Let us hold our leaders accountable by all means and start treating them as workers who must show progress, report, and are evaluated every year. Until we as people are not fooled, we will forever be fooled. Let all of us, especially our leaders, learn from the great leader of Tanzania, John Magufuli. It is time to implement the Magufuli way in Sierra Leone and Africa as a whole. Rest in peace, Magufuli. This one come out from Gina Musa. Well, I think say this one, when this person sent them to me, I think it make plenty sense. Let me tell you how this came about. Me and this person back and forth been done they get some kind of argument. So when he sent this, I know say now we don't begin think and focus on the same side and think of we country first. Yes, I think waiting me pick now. In 5 years, it don't matter how a particular leader meets the country, yes, he able for transform am. And anybody we don't thief from we country, he get right for let we treat them like criminal. That's not true, and I support that one day. Well, today we dey look back at waiting at the things them we make we been get wrong inside we country. This na your program Weird, right on YouTube and on Facebook. Welcome to you with the journey for the very first time, and to you we always the journey. We want to say welcome again, and please don't forget to like, comment, and then share. Well, my brother, Bible, what do you make up of this particular thing?
Well, this not a very nice one. Like waiting, we be the talk yesterday. No more about this late man. Where this person writes this article, send them inside we had for make. We give them out to we people them. You know, it just look like waiting always with the talk now this channel say we like for celebrate people them where they do good things for other people. This late man now, he don't go. But because of the good job what he do to a people, make people, they miss him, people, they write all over the world for this man. And they find out, say, then Kaimaya, he hard for forget. Because when you do good, that are good, they follow you, whether they are dead or alive. They follow you. So this now a very nice one, and we pray, we leaders them, they copy from some of them things here, or some of this them brother black them, because this not white man, now you caretaker, now you brother black. We hope, especially you where they in governance right now, they copy some of the good things the way they talk, say this man don't do before he passed away.
Okay. I think say it make this particular thing it really makes sense. I tell the positive way and to we plenty thank you. And Yusuf Wake, you always the share things them with we. We want for say we appreciate you, we see the things them all, and we glad for tell you say we go make use of them, not to all. And I want for tell you say Wesley Church, hey, if man then go inside it today last night. Then go and sack that place, the scatter safe and all thing. The inside church again, this day I don't balabala.
Where say Wesley Church, if man enter inside, you know what I think? I think say you the end and say, then go pray.
Bruh, then go, that prayer, that church people, and they don't want to do. They not go ever want them. Now thief, then go for go thief, they sack the place, sober one. And not to that no more. Even you know, thief man then go broken now one other place again. Hey, you know, it's you. Then go thief. But fortunately or unfortunately for the thief man them, then they end up for fire one. God make the policeman and be able to come, you know, in time, and then they're able to come rescue the situation. You know, then don't make one to arrest them again. We they go on another way based on that particular thing they go on soon. But let's just watch this video quick. You know, of waiting be happen after the situation, the incident we don't take place. So they come back just now.
Yes, Oman. Udana you sir.
My name is Santigi Kamana.
Yes, Santigi Kamana. What's happened this morning?
Around this morning, I want
Who's what you they do?
been on security now.
Security to that.
To Mr. Mati.
So Mr. Mati, what's happened this morning? Around almost o'clock.
Around 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where the man then come, they meet we sit down inside.
Yes.
In the well area. So I read the court, where in the court, so I decide for grab and watch what's in the happen. When I watch, now I see the guy with gun. Then long gun there, where's the them keep up.
Yeah.
And I get, and he went, where's the uniform? He get glove in his hand. So now he tell me, say, if you open your mouth 1 month, so I shoot you. So I been there behind the pillar and I run. So when I run, I go wake the other man. I can knock the window there. At the Allah now, thief, people will come out. And then at the first for go behind, now they I meet up the other one. The other one don't jump kind cyber. So I go buzz me and the
So now step. What they see so then step them. This leather. Who said this leather be there?
this leather now burning every day.
Now I get inside the compound.
Now inside the compound.
So now they use as an escape route.
Now they use for escape.
So these domots, you gonna know what's in and what you feel say the count inside. Because at these domots, according to Mr. Martin, we see this you go watch say na stone. If you watch the first time with something like what they wap. Yeah, now what you say the thief man be all minus gone.
The old axe, the old cutlass, the old hammer, then good hammer then with bar.
Yeah. So now like the almost where you go know say they enter inside.
When the one we enter, the one they will miss you close to a past 15, but the past 20 we can inside because some be left front here and the other one then are the kind inside. The other one then tinap na do.
So what they hold you? What's in they do?
Them bars me na me belly.
Yes.
So they lay me na gun and the other one say if you open your mouth, they chop you.
Alright.
So I decide for the down.
Wanna not tie you.
No, not tie me. So I lay down the other one tinap near me, he hold the cutlass. One short cutlass, new one, he get small red stamp para.
Yeah.
Now he old. He say, Lord, chap this man. And the man say, no to this will come for. Say, Lord, go inside. Not to say, I hear you now. Within the whap the domot.
This domot now. So whose blood is?
This blood now one party man them. We then shoot.
So when this thing dey happen, police dey be come?
Yes, our police come around.
What police car? What's happen?
Where the police then come now in the Allah who the here now who the people in dinner do. People in the Allah thief. Then self decide for break and then try for intervene inside the situation.
Yeah, they be fire any gunshots.
Yeah, now the man then first shoot against the police.
So the police themselves
They
respond.
decide for respond.
So police they be shoot anyone part them.
Yes, they say they shoot one, but me not be see where they shoot am, but na him waste blood, but they say they shoot am. But they don't show am picture say they shoot am like foot, boss na the other side.
Alright. The one really where they shoot will be there. Now how they shoot and part here. The one in foot, now this money in the kitchen I don't care.
Yes, sir.
Alright, thank you. Your name again?
I'm in Santiki Camera, sir.
You know security now.
Yes, sir.
Well, now this happened. Now I don't care. So far, so good. Now prayer we get, now we are right now. The people, any country where hardship pass mark, and some of them thinks they are, always they happen. And the way where we are, they go right now, now only God gets, we own life them. When net reach, we go inside, we host them, we lock. Now until you sit, do clean, bad person, no can broke it, do mod. You tell God, thank you. Now, if man they don't begin, they broke. Of course, not to now. Now just a continuation. But we thank God in this case where we hear say the police able to trap one pandem. Well, we just pray say now the right person they fire and arrested and they do with the pressing at the right people.
Now them. Now the one they will go there. Nobody know the inside the yard where cry say then do me this. Now the one they will go. So now the right person. So it's a good thing that they come on time.
Of course, well, I say I pray that the right person because me say for the talk to you, so I'm not sorry for tip man. Maybe if only the law be done, I for tell you the kind of way they put for them people there. Because stiff man, not to somebody who deserve sympathy from anybody. Where it mistarget now your life it go for. So if na so no more then they treat the inside we had. For me, okay. I tell that police plenty thank you for that kind act the way you do towards that particular thief man there.
Okay, so now we move away from that one day now. Plenty thief they go all around people and they send them to we continue if you get information. Continue for always they send them to we now with number. Yeah, and then we go look inside and find one and see what we can do. We're not going to promise everything we look into, but we look into them, assess them, and before ever we use them. We got the issue of Joseph Sanor in audio where he don't claim saying a fake audio plus in video. But anyway, we're not touching inside and today. We'll keep on for you tomorrow because we want to analyze that one, the proper one, but we don't want for mixing with the issue today. So today, na the 23rd of March, when na the first day na Bumaru, Kailaun district for salon inside we yard. So today, we want for change the mood small, and then let we go back and see waiting be happen. Okay? And I go really want for let you go back into your comment section and begin tell me waiting that you experience. And for you when you get experience, if you want for at all experience that kind of thing in there. But in the meantime, let's watch this video. This na one man where he gets first-hand information concerning what happened in a victim of the war. Anyway, let's just watch this video and then we come back.
Wherever you did, mama, make you pray for me. Because we don't tire, we don't tire for this oppression. That's why we dey ask for solution. Police they kill your soul. Government they burn your soul.
On January the 6th, I need to enter the early morning. So they go pull me papa, they pull me mama. They hold me, they tie me na miam. Now I pick there. I said, you made they left me. Where they don't kill me papa now, made they left me. So they don't agree. And they say, well, make a put me on, make them cut on. Let me go to Chichankaba, let Chichankaba go give me on. Or the papa no even save me life. The mama no even save me life. They all they don't give them with me picking. So me picking is one picking, he been there PM. He been done at the bed. They hold me picking, then I pull up on the front of me, they put her inside my towel. They say make a pitch me picking. I say I know they do am. And they say if you not do am, then they kill me. So they put him picking at the matter I hold the matter pencil, I beat me picking. Till the picking die, I left an at the matter I hear them can beat it me, then cut me out.
Say we no fight for our rights. Mama. I know they kill your soul. I bet now what we do. Just because we don't ask for what they supposed to do before.
I am optimistic. I have a strong belief that the nation will be able to learn from its past experiences. It will be able to learn that violence is not the way forward for development in the country. We have seen military rule. It wasn't the answer. We have seen the rebel activities. It didn't bring any positive result. I think these are lessons that will help guide us in trying to mold the future of the country.
One party
Okay, I
state,
don't say now.
military dictatorship,
We
we
could just enlighten
actually
them, but let them
see
listen
almost
to
the
waiting.
total collapse of the
I don't
state.
say now.
This person.
You understand?
Yeah.
We will not get no opposition. Most of the democratic institutions have all been compromised. The parliament not been like a rubber stamp. Anything the presidency become a one-party state. The judiciary not be independent at all. You know, say they can joke say instead of you take lawyer, pay magistrate. So it was a complete failed state in a way you can say. The economy been collapsed because if you reach a 10, they're gonna bank. You know, they even get you money when the check go. The government don't be able to print in your money, pay for printing money. We've been detention in the civil society activists who say they corrupt the state out of existence. Literally, the state ceased for exist as a state. So people then they get for do anything. They carry picking go school for make it go school before the war. Now you get for buy table and chair. The government will give you table and chair. So now you get for buy. So it was a failed state. Now that way they not income it up to the war. So the war not happened in a vacuum. The war happened because of how the inside the state been there and the situation we've been finding safe.
All right. So, Madam Zainab, as you said, don't state say the war been happen because of how the state been there and how the country been there at that time. Looking back and waiting don't they happen now. You just don't make mention of the rubber stamp parliament when they are then days and the opposition party them will not been there at all. Judiciary not be they function properly. Comparing to now where the war done 30 years after. Waiting you go say now the efforts them where the country don't they make so far in terms of changing the state of school.
Well, actually, during the war and after the war, and in most countries that we come from conflict, first and foremost, you try to reinstate the state. Secondly, you restructure, you reorganize, and sometimes you actually create new institutions and we're not being deal because when you look back at the causes of the conflict, you ask yourself, what are the state institution who for bill. For example, the police. Now, we could get white, the British Inspector General of Police, who done the war, the Accountant General, now the EU being Senate, not the Sierra Leoneans.
Looking back at 30 years, you make mention of Robert Stamp Parliament women there at that time. The judiciary not be the function as they be supposed for the function, and I'll be in one party state. Looking back that 30 years, anything don't change so far in the country?
Well, if I talk about change, I think if we begin back just after the war, one of the observations where everybody do, now for realize, as I say earlier, we've been getting a lot of institutions and we're very weak. For example, the judiciary. So this is being fund a judicial sector reform. You know, parliament, then do a lot of training for parliament. The police, then do training, we bring Inspector General of Police, British man, a defeat form, then get a support to the police, and also the prison. Then discover that corruption was one of the biggest issues that will lead to the war. So now that reason they then set the ACC. And me not be one of the civil society that will be engaged in the discussion until we prepare the act and everything for the ACC. So institutions then they will then set up as a consequences of the war when they look back what caused the war. I think if I sit back as a Sierra Leonean, the biggest challenge we get for access is also get to do with we the people then. We can set institution, every institution, they take after the people that will lead the institution. It will take 2-3 generations before the institution take a life of its own. So the side that will not progress very well, it has to do with us as Sierra Leoneans. We get a very short memory. Of course, there are a couple of mistakes that will repeat. I'm not going to go over them. I think at this podium, but I can say for a fact that we not think for land. We self as Sierra Leoneans because the way we suffer, the damage of the war caused, the number of people who will die, the amount of property them will spoil. We self by we self, now we go decide, say, we not go want to make it be back again.
You say we self as Sierra Leoneans, they not sing for land. Now waiting there for land. Perhaps now we the people and the fail for land and the leaders them where we the elect.
No, the leaders now we the elect will leaders them. We as Sierra Leone get a responsibility for vet we leaders them and agree for votes. Everybody where they want to pull in vote for vote. You know they vote because you're not tribe, you're not they vote because you feel that leader they will agree to what you want. So we will continue to get bad leaders if you don't make good choices. So yes, the leaders can get problem, but if why wrong leaders and they come, they vote for them. So we get a lot of work to do. For me, as a Sierra Leone, I think leaders and the older people off stage, the people and the older leaders off stage. You know, I have been there. I don't go up and about the country. I can tell you for a fact, sometimes the situations are very challenging when you are required to do things there where you self no say enough for do. So we all get for take shared responsibility. Both Sierra Leoneans, whether in a media, whether in a civil society, whether in a political leaders, but we get to take that responsibility. Sierra Leone to one person they make them. So now I make they talk to the people. The leaders they get fault. The people themselves get a responsibility. We get a shared responsibility for make the country go before. That's not me your honest opinion about it.
In terms of leadership, in some countries, then we don't say outside and advocates for strong institutions then. And you don't make mention of institutions where you've been there as strong and vibrant civil society activists in those days. When they set up institutions like the ACC we make mention of, the CGG, the National Commission for Democracy and other one them way, like you've been be strong person will be the advocates for some of them way end up happen and the institutions and still they. But from your experience and from the work where the institution so then be intended for and now waiting and they do, you really think say Salonde are the right path in terms of not repeating the thing that will be make the war in Canada the country in the first place?
I think we still get a lot of challenges then. We have to be honest. We still get a lot of challenges and we will get to be honest about and accept. We still get corruption in the society, whether we like it or not. That's a fact. It's still there. And corruption by itself, it's not demand and supply. the businessman who they pay, the civil servants who they help support, the politician who they accept, and even some of the civil servants who they accept the corruption. So not so one person. So if all of the people not come together and not go work. So as I say, the institutions, them, it can take generation, maybe institution and take a life of their own. Some of the institutions, they are about them now. And again, as I say, some of them institutions, they get leadership problems. Some of the institutions, they get proper support from government. So it gets a lot of reasons. So for me, I think we need to sit down and very honest with ourselves as Sierra Leoneans and ask ourselves who side one go.
Yes, that's na Zainab Awabangura, na the Director General for the UN office inside Kenya, Nairobi. We been the talk concerning, waiting we need for do as a nation, for let we not go back as we go, as you don't hear you from ma'am. All waiting we make we go into the war, and things them this way actually they don't visible. Now things the way they happen right now. You begin to take them step by step. Let's look at the education, for example. First term, picking the third chair or bench 9-8 for going to school. The government not able for provide them for them. Some side and then that's why they happen at the provinces. People then they sack the unnecessary one. That's what we see and they happen. Look for example. Human Rights Commission don't talk about. Look for example, how you call this place? Statistics. Salon, how it happen there. Call people in a all for the first time at the history of we had. Call people in a big all. They give them sack letter one by one. They call them by name. Now all of them things, then the injustice, now all of them things then they happen. Freedom of speech, the space don't really tight up. All of them things and they really happen right now. Somebody they ask if waiting make could remind them of waiting be done pass. We need for remind you of waiting be done pass because you need for no certain things then dirty things then we don't need for go back. If we make one small mistake, we are going back. And we know one day some of we get experience in as much as we been small, but we get experience, we feel and we see things that happen right in front of we eye. Now it makes one time the way I can talk me heart one because most of the people that waking they watch, they not even get idea. Some they not be even there inside we yard, they don't travel and people and care and go. Some of them and people and get opportunity as something happen, then take them and care and go. So they don't know what thing they happen. They really not feel the thing. But all of waiting them preach of, all of waiting be happen is visible right now. Not to me talk, we been done the talk before. We don't talk. Now, other person don't can talk. Sometimes this one, you go and forgive and say, okay, I agree with what he say, because na UN ide, but we still we not go sabi talk for we go consider we for be APC or the opposition. Yes, we not opposition because we therefore talk about what they go on we not right, where we not like. This government promise we, the caretaker promise we say, it not say the system bad of the system battered. We economy don't rubbish, but in can for give you a change. So if the change where it can for can give we not in the right direction as to waiting in the happen, then we not go appreciate them. Because some of we glad because of them what then they will tell we been glad because we feel say yes, this man in as much as we don't do something, it don't can now, it don't go wise up. Now it don't can say one for change. Let me give them the opportunity. That thing where I read just now, not true. In 5 years, change possible. But if we all come together as one. But even if we come together, if the leaders them not make the preparation, if the leaders them not take the forefront for say, let we give the resources and share them adequately to say it's supposed to go, we not go able to get a change. Look for example, the Tanzania what they talk about. Right, all man they are like, hey, Magufuli. Now mortal man, now African. But because he focus, he vision, what he tell in people and for he focus, he can't endure them. Opposition, no opposition, all man see what he do and they applaud him. We don't tell you now several times, if this caretaker do what he say they do, we see things change, we go applaud them. But 3 years today, then just decry no more. The last government don't batter the economy. The last government, not knowing that they say take hammer, then they knock the ball penny ways. Then they batter more. So how we go happy? You know say the government, the last government we don't thief. Why you sit down in a debate? You said we don't go into 1.6 billion foreign debt. You know that one day. But you promise we change. And you tell we say the money where the country they make, you able for transform things then. So why 3 years? You still decry, say, the last government. Let's talk about it now. Let's give small.
Well, I'll tell you plenty. Thank you, my brother, for the time we even take for analyze some of the things here. Where we sister, when Zainab Hawabangura come and tell we the people of Wiyad, especially. You know, not actually aid on the person we ask you, say, why we they remind them of we past. As still the journey for tell the person, say, oh yes, we supposed to, because this we sister, before they even enter to the statement where it can give we for open, we edge them and we eyes them. If we get them people away, get the mind for facing the reality like this, inside we add, inside we add, I feel say things then they change small. We sister come and point at things then where me and you, we know say now the right things them he can point at. Me and you just they make hypocrites because of selfish interest. So maybe we sister come and talk about the parliament. Now we go inside it. The things them where he say now they be bring water at the end this government, this power new direction, SLPP government. Now the same things they do, and then we know our reverse back. Make we sister don't get this statement, and we take the responsibility for bring this statement and broken down to the last post within our village, make it understand what in this statement they about. Now we enter in a parliament, you will want deny. When this government take power, what in they do? They forcefully put the Speaker of the House inside the House of Parliament. Now the corruption begin, the people them. Secondly, they come and remove, because they are not called impeach. They come and remove MPs the way people they vote for and then community them. They not go by the law. They root them, they use their power, they pull them come out today. The same government, they do the one day because they want for they bring bills them or lost them inside parliament for make them lost them day, and then bills them they then in favor, make them remove the MPs then the people them. They do them, they succeed. And honestly speaking, the president and the caretaker will get today for anything where he want educate, he can't test we first. Where he test we with it, he do one. He come, he do that here, now parliament, he succeed. Come on day. We sister come and talk about the judiciary. Me people that we don't know this word, we they talk of the court system now. Me people that the court system, and now we get the worst court system inside we have ever in the history of Sierra Leone. Now here we see case then they go na courts, me people them. The judge waiting, then they tell them for do na they do. They know they go by the law. Any case where any government, somebody calls it, this case, I get interest over them. My brother, my sister, where they listen me. You right, it turn to wrong. We they see I'm right now, it happen. Inside we are. And then we get people that way surround this truth. People who for talk truth inside we had, they all don't join the court system. If we talk about the court system, make we draw the civil society activists, they will be they come to radio and talk. They will do another past government. They will do another government them. But why this government they all don't turn move? Because then they take projects them, then they take and they send contact them to this from this government for make them get then you money that they get. So that one they don't set them out. Let the civil society be people them. Come to the journalists them. We know how journalists them they write paper now we had. We know how journalists them they report concerning we had during APC time. We see even the Umar Fofana they report for BBC. We see how they give reports them. We see how newspaper and they come out. We see what they write. But today, this government, me and you, make we watch how reports they go, make we watch how newspaper. Of course, now when we get the highest corruption and brutality government, now the newspaper they don't reduce, now we add. Come on, the Uma measure say, what team bring what's ready? Somebody they go put him money in a bank, if they go for go take him, you know they able get him money. Ebo na lie. Recently, inside we are under this SLPP new direction government. Now there we see money done a bank. People they go in a bank for go take money where you put. If you get 1 million a bank, you want go take them. they go tell you say they give 200,000 because money not in a bank. So the woman lie? He no lie. Talk of freedom. And Shembepia where she do they talk so. Now, we live, it is a threat. Then they threaten we. Just that we the maneuver and we know how we the worker because we know for talk. Why this government for this? So when people don't begin talk and this caretaker, he come and tell you, say, make we use the social media meaning the people you were in a village, the social media, make we talk, WhatsApp or any platform where you feel say that they will pass you message for let the last man here. Caretaker bill say we use them. Now he don't become president. Now he take the people and they lock them. Example to the Mohammed Kamareba Mansare. We see who side they lock them. We see the Sylvia them. We then lock them because then they talk to Ebo, we get freedom. No, we don't get freedom. So the worst of it me people them. The police. Oh my goodness. The police who feel say they're there for secure life and property. The police who feel say they're for be independent. No, now the police they all don't wear green. The police they don't turn power. The police, now look what in the IG they do. People come out go meet sellers them na Belgium. At the end of the come and pull statement for back them people they win a soldier team. Na so police for this is we had no. Come to the soldier them. The people them all waiting this with sister Zainab Awa Bangura outline nothing other they win a lie and we pray to God make we no go usa we come out. The soldiers them then are the worst. Pass and beat people them. So Jaman they dance with first lady, they dance, then they dance on things that were not necessary. You wear uniform, you they dance on politics issues. Come on, they talk about corruption. As I tell you now, Jishno say, na parliament. Now the corruption begin. We not see nothing like fighting corruption inside we had nothing, absolutely. Not the fight corruption inside we had. Rather than for increase the level of corruption inside we had right now. No. We get the highest level of corruption inside we had ever.
I think say they really they try by the corruption because corruption defects them back now. The only thing I need no more.
And you better make a laugh. Arrest me case day,
okay, so arrest we were there, yeah. Now we you not see the day for my own armed forces day. You not see the soldier man them where they say they enjoy it, lead on a gun, pump this and that.
Oui. Soldier. Military. Soldier
Man they can on social media now all with them pictures they all on profile. Then they can cost people for politics.
Of course.
When the law of soldiers, you know for mixed and politics where you wear uniform.
Oh no.
We see video of the soldier man where he call himself Wounded Lion right in a state house. He talked to the opposition them. Say, who that mistake for this? Who's one of your pan commission of inquiry? Who's one of your pan politics? It did not make a video, he send her out. Still, he then a presidential convoy. Then the boost and the hail him. This now the game now. Now the game this now. The parliament, you know, for talk. And the only reason we make parliament right now, you know, talk about them concerning corruption, because na real aid and a bit. They all day inside the same, how do they call them? A conspiracy theory. You know, they only conspire for make them better with economy more and more. So parliament pay for all accounts, not able all accounts, they're not able for talk because they
because the conspiracy come from the head.
Well, if the head and the body don't go together now the same, the tail self not go take. In a shake no way the shake.
Na small push, all don't enter.
Anyway, look, still it not up there. Law will go now inside the Human Rights Commission. Law first of all listen to this report where 98 put together with regards this whole thing where they happen inside we had and the March 23rd Bomaru issue where they remember 30 years ago. But they come back just now.
Find out and do somebody something, prefer for take the law into your hands. People they cry because of unemployment. So the TRC report end up say, then put word together for say, Sierra Leoneans they will fight because of the denial of human rights.
You've been listening to Patricia Nasu Danema, the chairperson na the Human Rights Commission. Inside one clip where Radio Democracy gets from YouTube, the first and rebel leader, Fode Sankobin, they explain the reason them, where to make them decide for form the movements.
People shed their blood to change, to have leadership in this country. The economy has been in the hands of who? while our people become slaves. They become beggars. We do not fight because of material, because of diamonds. That is why we took up arms, because people have been misusing the natural resources of this country to enrich themselves.
First rebel leader for the Sanko, but from 30 years now, where the first gun been fired at the country, the people them, where the government and self the RUF, me say them the fight for, them people and they, now them been be the victim. Them people consider themselves a symbol of peace because they say na them throw away blood for the country in peace. When are the war wounded victim them? As the country they remember 30 years where the first gun fire na the eastern part na the country. Them people tell we the experience.
Go find food, now they fire me back. They fire me on my right hand front, they catch it come on me back. So they be left me there, they follow other people and now then they go and chase them, old picking there, woman then left some picking there in a bush. Me now they manage with me, take me go Guinea, waka nearly 2 weeks with a waka. That's a medicine, you know, as I reach na foreign carrier, the first side and go give me a tetanus injection. I nearly faint, all my run away for me, they say me don't die.
Some of you so will not be used and this one who they so today then our boost would they go with the bros. Now we don't get it on our trial. We not get nothing. We know they're not the employee per oak. But not to you. Now if you see the country get for like I did so today, now we then pull Sarah Pantra because one blood nine and three in this country before peace care for come.
If you hear say peace, now we not the peace. Then they consider we. You know I know. Then the politicians they were at the talk. What see this was all they be like them politicians them. Then they incite the youths them. You know how what happen again at this country. Yeah?
The challenge inside the war, now that nobody one puts the gun down and self-ace the white pieces of peace. So they reach them where the country take different turn. That's not the Lome Peace Agreement, where one pan the recommendation. Now they the TRC born.
A lot of agreements they been there, but the one we really own now, we begin the real peace negotiations inside the country. Now been what they signed in 1999, what would they call the Lome Peace Agreement. So in the Lome Peace Agreement, to find out, say, it been get boku recommendations them. One of the recommendation when we been get, that been for we quickly set up a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. And the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, we see they give people the opportunity for make them go before the commission and testify.
The National Commission for Democracy, NCD, will be named National Commission for Democracy and Human Rights. Now then be all the country report where the TRC fenot how the Okana Salon. Then give them so NCD for the member government, but some of the thing them we then say for apping as recommendation. Reverend Jibril Akagbo, now the Director of Communication, now the National Commission for Democracy, NCD. He explained how plenty people look not get trust again by state institution when a sign where the war been get.
Especially because of the kind tension we see in our country. Recently, we don't see say people don't begin to take the law into their own hands. Where it appear like say they don't get trust in state institutions. We see them then school picking them around Hastings and Jue. What did they do? We then lost one of their colleagues through road accident. They now take recourse to the law, then take to the streets. There was tension between the police and Belgium sellers. And we read people and we get connection with political parties. They're also involved. We don't want to make we country slide back into chaos and anarchy.
One pan the TIC recommendation them where the National Democracy feel say government's not look inside. Now the issue we get for do with the constitution. We look like plenty time the government can use them for your own benefit.
We go take into cognizance all of the things that we don't serve as gaps and we don't influence how people use power, especially against their opponents then. And for ensure say we uphold, protect, recognize, and promote the rights of people. But over time, we notice say we will not get a revised or reviewed constitution yet. So for we na NCD na serious cause for concern, and we want for use this occasion for appeal to all the stakeholders say make we review constitution.
But start here along the line. Till now the Human Rights Commission, they get plenty pandemic complainer. We make Kuskas being the country.
We get cases of where they come with rights to property. I mean, we get a lot of concerns about that one day. You also get issues around workers' rights. Because you find out, say, people in the work, then they be indiscriminately dismissed. Because when you look at some documents, you wonder what to justify this person dismissed. Salary, when a statutory right, when people therefore enjoy, I mean, they know they enjoy to that extent. Some they pay them 400,000. Some they get 300,000. They can't complain. And the one more important is the fact that sometimes they don't even get them. And then when they want for complaint, they can just sack the. We get inhuman and degrading treatment. We get unlawful detention. We get marital dispute, cases of domestic violence, issues around children, forceful initiation. I mean, you don't even get situation of right to education, fair hearing. A lot of complaints in the council, unfair treatment by traditional authorities.
We they say state institution them for team up for waiting right. Just like we campaign for good governance and the African Transitional Justice Legacy Fund say without justice, peace no day. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Michael Sambola.
Wow, you don't hear it now, eh? Hear it? Okay, now let's ask you where you watch me right now. Waiting, then talk when all they happen right now. Nothing. Okay, I like that. Let's look at this thing. I just been talking about statistics salon where they call people them now big all, sack them public one, san them. You hear what the Human Rights Commission say? Some people them they get then the salary itself, they need to get them, and then where you want to talk, then go sack you unlawful one. And now happen a lotto. Then the people them protest. Then they say they give them the salary 48 hours. They not give them. Anybody we want to talk concerning that, they then say if you talk na problem. All man be just 6 months like moo. And now happen. GG's no. Then say inhuman and degrading system. They're not gonna Pademba Road. Waiting happen at Pademba Road. People and they inside Pademba Road, waiting happen, they not go open fire in Padem. How you call that one day? A justice, ain't he? Now promotion of human rights that one day, ain't he? Now after them thought, after when they don't go kill them at Pademba Road, then thought empty coffin them, then go to Nawatalo. Then go bear empty coffin and they say na the people them. A promotion down there. I will continue for the ask about this today and tomorrow. Because it's not ever possible. Lay mass burial like that one day. Then pull them from tongue. Take go and nobody no video and pass them no more. Now they want great video. Right away before say social media, they all say small picking self, you see something in the video, especially that kind of thing they call people attention. So then pull them from mortuary, take go na Waterloo. Nobody not see them. Even Kisi Odo Fobero, nobody not take picture of them. Pass them no more. Where carry the thing on they no more. Take picture. Yeah, a human practice that how they call it human rights promotion down there, then they talk about salary, this and that. People them they Kaila Kenema all over teachers them, nurses them, they cry for them salary. Whilst them now the big office them, they get two salary. Now promotion of human rights that one there, and now the how they call them, then they build the human capital. Now that one there, also me talk now waiting this person talk now the echo so. But anyway, by boy.
Well, this today I think say this program now just a reminder for make una where they come and argue unnecessarily, make una able get sense, make una open una brim them, una open una eyes them, una open una ace them. Not kapu word, kapu sense. You where they watch me, when I don't listen, waiting the commander will be get together in a bush because we not left for call and say. When I hear it, waiting it talks in the reason we be make the enter na bush, we na pour the saber na sanko. Now this report will just not play for now. He come and tell we say, then one of the reasons, and the main reasons them, women they enter na bush now because people be they use the country money for their own self benefit. No, tell me now. No, just tell me. What's in the happen right now? How many money una hear say chief minister in one don't thief? How many money una hear say first lady in don't thief? How many money una hear say caretaker they take and go with no proof and good reason? No, tell me. What will they talk? You ask the one. What will they talk? You they bring this. No, tell me now. Or you glad if for make we go back? Usa come on? Usa we no one for make we go? We no go there. Before we go there, now then wire for go by God the young power. God, they pull. I've been telling them they say when they join Fatima be open, they swear. Then one day, yeah. Before we go, so we don't come on. God, they pull we under them. Then they come on top we. Now then for go. We know they return back. We know they return back. That this government I see, then they sack somebody in office for no good reason. Because of son name.
But
wait.
This commission, Human Rights Commission, are APC commission soon. I mean, then the life and this government.
Ben Kelfala, na honest na put on it.
No, not to Ben Kelfala, Human Rights Commission.
Human Rights. Okay, na APC.
Yeah, na APC commission. Na so APC and flop then. I mean, then the life and this government. Because everything and talks on a lie.
Na lie. For you, we still today. You aid is still lock. You aid is still lock. You know they see. You ace a block. You come and argue. You feel say course. Now in get some people do with you. You feel say more less when they come more less people on social media. Now in get for take the country who say supposed for the. Now una all no like that country. Una they sit on una corner them. Salon first. God they decide between we like that country. Which una where they come and fake people them say una like that country. This government thinks that all my brother, my sister, where they watch me, where they do right now inside we had, now thinks them we're not good for nobody. Now thinks that we're not even good for the youth man. And any government where people make the youth man then disgruntled, the next thing where they happen there, nobody no go left for Siam. And we they against that one day. We they pray against that one day, make it not happen.
So let me ask you this question: how serious the government to take all of them things they are so where they go on inside we had?
They not get for take them serious because this particular government.
Hollande.
Well, so government clearly, the people within the government, the president, not come on a mass, and not only go to the civil war, even fit Nayaso during the civil war. You get other key players then will play a role there. For example, you talk about Alaji Kanja Sisi then, you talk about Dr. Francis Kaikai then. Many other players.
So now recognize all within the happen.
How could you have participated in the process? They recognize that been part of answer. So if now knowing the challenges, and pass anybody else. So you find out say key policies of this government skewed towards leaving no one behind. Very key policies. We get, for example, we know say during the war, other countries they make progress. They're not meant to map the wait for Salon. Otherwise, we'll be easy to tell we set apart. Otherwise, we'll be easy to destroy your institutions there. We'll school their lock. Other countries, they still progress. As a result of that, we don't get a generation of people who don't get opportunity for complete school, so they not go to school. For target them people, then now that make His Excellency launch the Skills Development Fund. It's a $22 million fund where they support technical vocational education and training across the country.
Mr.
Right?
Minister, just
No, I just begin. I think so go small bit. And this one way also, Khadija, a very important, discussion.
Now the same important discussion, I just want to do a follow up with you. Just
Okay.
make mention, say, His Excellency the Presidency administration believe in leaving no one behind.
Yes.
But don't they hear complaints from certain set of people, and especially where camp and sharing state resources. We talk about development program them. Complaints of certain area they benefit past this particular area, though they come up. And looking at the TRC reports and some of the things then this we be make Salon been there, beside them been there 30 years ago today.
Okay, so Khadija, today we'll go for life of the rumor then. Certain people then say. The facts then were available now, so anything they talk now are the nail out facts and figures. We know say this government don't get an ambitious free quality education program where they target school going peoples. But no say not so they're no more desirous of education. Other one and they don't miss the school age. But then say still na Sierra Leoneans. Then deserve for get dignified sustainable livelihood. Right? So now that make government design that $22 million skills development fund. So that if you don't miss out on normal grammar school education, you're able to learn skills. Because everywhere we want to develop the middle level manpower of the country. So, like the president can always talk, where you do that kind, where you learn that kind of trade, president must cap well, not to inside the maker. You know they call one of a minister then for maker. Somebody has to fix it. You AC breakdown, you want furniture, you want bill. So the middle level manpower is the way to go. And I don't work in our institutions then before now in the mining and construction industry. Then literally they bring people there for middle level roles from Ghana, from Philippines, from all over the place. So we want to address that skills gap and at the same time afford Sierra Leoneans their livelihood opportunities. That's one thing there, right? So if this is not inclusive, somebody has to tell me what else is inclusive. Like I begin talk, when you look at even the face of government, this government represented by people from everywhere. So a national face of government.
30 years ago, still they happen in the country. We mean say much day for do for strengthening the peace we Salone gets now. As a government, what do they do towards that?
No. I mean, nobody. If anybody tell you say, we don't solve all the problems, then a lie. I mean, nobody not gets a silver bullet for solve Sierra Leone problems. Then problems here, na long years they not accumulate, right? Long years they not accumulate. You know they expect a government for coming for solve all of it, kum fire kum. But it's interesting for note say, you know, when they see the government they take practical steps then for resolve some of the things there. Yes, we still get a long way for go, but we don't make tremendous progress, particularly in terms of building governance institutions, widening the democratic space, and ensuring we don't get 4 peaceful transitions since the Civil War done. So I think say, as a country, we ought to be proud of this one. We ought to be very, very, very proud of this one.
And then
governance. You know, part of the thing then where the tea house has been talk, we not been allow free speech. Dr. Spencer Alitora, Madam Zainab Hawa Bangura say Alitora. You know, President Biyo been the campaign, been talk say when he win the elections, he go repeal the criminal libel law. And indeed they don't repeal them. They don't repeal them for make sure say let people be able to go about them business without let or hindrance. Yeah? Of course, then governance institutions and they around that would strengthen it. When I find out, say, we don't get more FM radio stations, community radio stations, then progress with the war against corruption under this commission.
Well, the people, you know, this man, we come and talk to we, I think other people can get the way how they call him. But me, I always they call him Rado Laiman Suari. When the Minister of Misinformation inside we had with Nama Masalo. To be honest enough, me people, this man, I can wonder and ask myself if really not a true Sierra Leonean. Sometimes I can just feel within myself, say, this particular man, maybe not a foreigner, we just can't change his nationality.
No.
It's not we are.
Na Sierra Leone.
No, I get the reason.
Sierra Leone, but na masi komot.
You know, this man, the people, for any time where he sit down na media, they talk. If not to only na program, and only for watch him, and only for listen to him. Because all the way till this man they talk concerning this country na trash. This man, now one pan the man they way when they talk of somebody you know lacking country. So I don't even know how to put on this man na number one. If I say they describe this man and how they feel about this man, you know, I'm not able to say anything good. But to be honest with you, me people where they watch we, this man now one of the big selfish mortal man them na salon. For any time where this man can sit down and talk to we, and they can't talk to we like where they talk to people where know they up there. People don't get know how. It just they talk like they talk to picking the way, I don't know how for even mention. He always they talk for can defend in President Bio. Now he always they campaigns. He they left for point at issues them where gets for do with the country. He they left for talk about things them where developmental. This man he they lie like la. Me I tell you this man when it come to you talk me I not left for talk. Because if I say the talk part in talk, I'm not able to talk anything fine. So just handle this man in your own area. I don't want to know about this man. This man, anyway, just go ahead.
Okay, let me take her from the side where you say then they build institutions, governance institution. I can always tell you say na building them then they build. Building them no more than they build. If you say the bill, for example, look at audit service. Now, audit service, they were on down so. After when they don't succeed, forget Ben Kelfala how they want time. Now, audit service, then they want pan so now. The one where they feel say they before now audit service, where get strength, where get the vision, where they take the institution, I suppose for go. Then they find all kind fault right now for let them get rid of them and then they put a young person there. So audit service go run down to the level where they want them. Now building institution that one day. Most of the institution, let's take for statistics for example. Most of the one where they don't put in their own fumble them, where they do exactly what they want. Now building institutions down there. Let me look at NASIT for example. Then say the visionaire them Bienam, Tijan Kaba, Anes Baikoma and the other one them. Then the vision for make sure say the audit service go able for provide for post whether work where he resign or he retire from a work. He able for get outside he get a hand to mouth. But look at what they do right now. The Director General and in Cabal, they always support the caretaker and in school them for give them money when are the retirement benefits them account and they take them for shape outside the one for Shebam. Now building institution that one day. Look at the police, the one where them put before. Instead of it take in stand like a police officer, instead it take in stand like in a party membership card holder. Now building institution that one day. A building institution down there. Look at the civil society where we get right now. All of the one the way we be no say they're very strategic in terms of discussing the issues. They're all right now. Then they take money for even do survey for the government. Now building the government institution down there. Look at the Pademba Road. After where they go misbehave na Pademba Road, then say then investigate the Pademba Road. Pademba Road grab and pull report for themselves. The way they investigate, we don't commit crime. Now grab and go judge the case and pull report. Now building institution that one day. Look at the justice system. Waiting they happen every day. Any case we get for do with the interest of the caretaker. Now they go before the way they not get interest part and not they go no side. Now building institution down there. Look at it just Sako, but all waiting happen where everybody don't go ala. Then come at the end of the day, then say case not there for answer. Now building institution that one day. Look at the minister of labor, where been the basic education. After where they all don't thief the rest them, and then anti-corruption. Same one come and tell we say they don't get all the evidence for prosecute and go to court. At the end of the day, then say they get no case submission. Now building institution that one day. This man, you be saying a Lila. I think na Lila this. Lila and husband. In Lila.
Lila.
Bio na bio in Minister of Information. Anyway.
Now in main bubble where they send for can help and line. I mean you know they talk. Now they do all the talking.
You know see in mouth like fall ways.
Say cow or pig mouth.
So now they know more they lie just the pass.
Suffer.
Anyway, low move. Are we together?
Let's move, my brother.
We fly.
Let's move.
Okay, so now let me listen to let's see what we get next because we need for move inside this thing proper one. Now we don't get the misinformation minister when they don't talk. Now, in all of this still they talk. You know, the 11 years rebel one at the country, we don't take about 30 years now from what we don't done with you know, from where it begin to now, you know, plenty people in the way get experience. You, when I ageable somebody, you get experience. Some of you just see them on television, you know, where they are then, why are them, then news them, but you don't witness them. Some, Now explain and they explain you because you not been unborn yet. So now, let me go back inside the streets of Freetown. Let me sound the views of people waiting and think about this particular thing. If they based on all waiting they happen so, waiting and think, are we going back? Or let's just hear waiting them people here so get for say with regards all of them things they also maybe not happen and when they go on so when they come back just now.
In a concerned citizen. Well, I meet up the small one who I meet up from then January 6 now onwards. It was experience all tonight they suffer than they because by then you know able go school when have the students there. That what they be Hamburg we don't able go school and that's all left now. And Salon no able make any provision for like then kind people for help themselves at least they're able to upgrade their one kind way. So like that I was situation for with human made it holding a salon. Me the way they see this one self it go more maybe it go more worse than past the one we don't experience before. Because this we don't see now the big political party and like a tribal business and they bring inside now the north, the southeast, and the northwest. You know, then kind of a situation. And the tribal war, remember then kind of thing they will be the see what they call genocide war from Rwanda. If it then kind of thing happen, it could be worst. And then if you reach the worst for we all. And things like that, we all Bintimani 3. If it's possible for Bintimani 4, let the diplomatic people involved, men and can try for amend this situation. Because if not to self, this situation is not for solve. Because grievances we don't see them all people in the show grievances, meaning no they yearn for peace safe between the southeast and the northwest. So we request God so that the religious leaders they may involved and therefore calm the situation.
In our concerned cities, we witness that from starting to ending. Well, we want to experience because the people in the China streets, they see what they come to now on top people and they eat them. And Nigerian man they tell you say these are your brother now. Why do you for cover your nose? You know what I mean? The experience them, you all see them. So we pray to God let that not happen again. Well, I think that's because why? Because people they're not the go away for talk. If you want talk, then they can arrest you for this kind political people rights. What me believe say therefore do let them avoid the violence, even the government. You know what I mean? You see people if they're not getting for it, you know what I mean, then they tie them freedom back. All the money has to one. And what you mean the time for say the president he needs to come on board, for come out so the people they talk as a president. They're all man who say yes. We talk to the people we talk to the president, talk to the ministers there because now they go and cause problem there's some ministers there. You know what I mean? And now then they believe say even insecurity is there. What a man work fire not the work fire. You know they go so no more as he reach, you know what I mean, they put fire back. He need for calm down, for talk to people them. We say I made them understand. Some people they hold them in their provinces there. They understand it low. You know they can no more, they say fire for what fire. No, I believe say that's not right. So the president he need for calm, they will talk to people and make them understand.
I did during the war. The worst experience for me now why they see people let the dialect fly of no use. And this thing will go bad soon at this country because of the seize people their right and liberty. You don't get freedom of speech, you don't get human rights. All this go lead you back for a bad, good show. The leader, like in the lead way. Then people will always give power through. Anything will go bad in this country. Nobody absolutely know the way in the whole. And then go ask because in the lead way. And a democratic government will get. Government need for sit down a round table and talk to the opposition. Let them know what's in the part.
No, we're not doing the war. Yes, it will lead to war if the government not intervene. It will lead to that because the youth them they discourage now. Governments will intervene at least if for help.
Yeah, which nation? Well, example, look like this Tobo issue. Where me see now me phone. My sister, I just remember that January 6th intervention. So all from yesterday now what they tell you, so what's the picture they inside me phone? I don't feel happy. What the members, even right now what's it also? What the members, I don't feel happy. Hey, you be APC or you be SLPP. You want to go Canada this country. So why you go die because what you do, not your bad who they do who they vote for we rights. You don't understand? That's a boy issue. And not proper party or non-party. You don't understand it? They make the thing as if as a war. Well, are the big papa governments? Let intervene by this issue.
Yeah, I think I end that soon. I like this last person, this woman we talk. Anybody we want to work in our country, they go die left way. I mean,
But now the swear
amen.
challenge you I tell you say they join Fatima for swear. Now all man don't take now.
I really like him. You know, if you listen to the audios them, you know, you go find out say one particular person they been they talk and then a laugh and not been born yet. And not know waiting at the thing. When they explain game, if you ban a film they watch. If you ban a film on a story then they pull for us. So you don't even know you hear they talk because the youth man they write up then this gone too. You don't understand what they talk safe. But the one them we get experience, we know, we get conscious mind. You know, then they mind and they get a conscious mind. When them they talk, you feel the thing inside them because they feel the pain. You know, some of them, then they watch the video them online or so, but they can still feel saying a film they act. Where they can say cry, free turn, this and that. They can just feel saying a film they act. So they say, hey, sorry, yo, it done. Nothing again they're not concerned about. But again, then say if you experience something, then you not still live by example. It means that you're very, very fool. You're very stupid. Sorry about the word. Let's look at the leaders. With politicians, them, you're hearing one of the women talk. Most of the politicians, them now, then they play with people then. I remember the time for the 2018 runoff election. Me hearing politicians, them, they make audio. Politicians, them, they send message to them people in a different region, them. Are sick, are they? How on earth? You say you are rule people, but at the same time, you send word of divide. We're not acceptable at all. But again, most of the politicians, them, before we give them power, you get for begin watch their oath. If you're not able for control your oath, you wealth you picking, you're not a good leader. If you're not able for control certain things them inside your family life, you're not a good leader. You know, each time when we for the check people in background and take that one day for real. But if most times, then they tell we about certain people them, but they say, hey, boy, low left and it don't change. It not the change. Monkey. Not the left in black hand. Now let come here, lo. Today you go say he wear green. As he moves away to that, he don't change back to that certain things there. Now the system this. But again, you know, like what is Zainab Awabango talk? Not true. We blame both sides, even the people. Because we the people them, if we make bad choice, then we go get bad leader. Now we wait for 2023. For now begin see rest the flow. For now begin see politicians. They want even the APCs. They want they will not be care about people them. Then go begin the grab cam. For can begin talk to you say vote for me, vote for me. Now people and then at Paremba Road so from 100 days or 110 days today. Where they go arrest them. None of them same politician here not able for go stand up and say let we bail them people there. Then they and then say then they with them. But when election come, the least person can call any politician a pick am. The least person can go na any politician host and knock so he open door for am can inside. Only them when politician they come to you give something now we need something from you. The only time when politicians they come down to you, eat with you and all, now we need something to you. So they try to fool you. But if we make them fool we sure say we fool, we will continue to be fooled for life. My brother.
Well, as I've been saying earlier, the program today is just a reminder. I still repeat. The program for today now for make people open the aid them. Let something better enter inside the aid them. I still repeat. You know, you listen, waiting that young man tell you, see, the youths them, things hard for them. And secondly, on top, the hardship, then they seize their freedom back. You know, when you read that statement, Shembe Pierre, somebody want it, you know, get food for it, and then you hold the it, it can pass some na in nose, it perceive the smell. At the end of the day, they get back babuya you. Now in this government, they do to people right now. Then get everything they hold them to themselves, and they provoke people. But I not get much for say to this. You were then they provoke, me were then they provoke. It left away. Now me and you they change. we had. Now me and you, they make a better decision for we had. Now me and you able put hands together for move we had to the level where we want them. I don't get much for say to this. All this way they go on to we. It left so we come 2023, all this gumbo, they grumble. If you tin up, like what audio I listen from somebody in a bow, now then they suffer with election time register. Now they tell them they can't get a microcredit to 1 million. What's it they get for do? But this time around, they self don't get sense. I hope and pray. People they pull their audio there, yeah. They make we self what they talk, we believe say, yes. Not true say they don't get sense. Not to for talking right now, you turn like pigeon. That's the way angry, fly, then send bread for you or granite. You can't forget it. You don't forget about everything.
Now they tell the Munafa fund really come out.
Yes.
But
so I just they pray, me brother.
The 10th 1996 between PDP and Caiaphas Matthew UNPP, then you get this song. I know some singer on our team in the song. Baby Yema Munafa ti opka sobe hello. Before you better you get for all sobe. So we know all sobe all the years there. Now we one grain they now they can better. you know easy.
Me brother, like how they talk, I just the hope and pray see people don't ready open the heads them for make something better. As I say, no cap sense now we had.
Okay, so let we know you back too much on anything there. Let me go to now another thing. But tomorrow we can talk about I name Joseph Sano.
Joseph Sano, he don't disgrace past
Joseph Sano,
civil society activist.
No, not a matter of civil society. That in a far way are joining. This is an embarrassment to even in welfare in Peking. I wonder if in welfare in Peking they watch some of them things there so where they go on right now and the way they ridicule himself. If he really they feel okay or that they proud of him for saying this na my father or this na my husband. Anyway, remember the government don't say the 3 years where they don't take the life of youth them better now past how you been talent before. Anyway, no listen this thing from the State House incest now then do this so I want follow we listen. No see waiting and say we come back just now.
This April, they make President Bio 3 years in office as president in Asalo. And inside this 3 years, so President Bio don't do plenty better thing there. Where plenty man be feel say not possible at all for push this country. But we all know say the president is a young person, and for that to not get play with young man them business. Inside this 3 years, President Bio don't do plenty thing for say young man themselves, but him have to now 3 years old.
We not believe in cash, so I give enough cash to young people in order to help. We focus on hands-on training for young people. Through IOM and the government decided to say that we pilot for training young people in the use of farm equipment and tractors at the country. As a speed training, they go on our hands-on training. They go on how young people use heavy equipment, how young people use tractors and other farm equipment. Because what they do to you, we put them on training about 3 or 6 months, then they go every day. But through His Excellency, the president say no, you don't just say young person for can't do training. So don't give them stipend. These people are paid 500,000.
I decide for can't do this training because really I'm not able to afford education. Then as you say what they pass, I do. And if for attacking self, I go able to get clearly man go able to get 1,000 and 2,000. The man not go able to pass and big.
People they say I show somebody not go able to drive tractor, you know, woman in a days. But woman empowerment is a lot and we get for develop yourself. So I take the challenge and I'm happy I be part of the men's.
Before President take power in the campaign, they say one do 3 things there for young man. 1, for develop young man for national development. 2nd, for empower young man for national development. And lastly, for involve young man for national development. And this strong guidance throughout the years we're in office. So what you don't do, for instance? So we come realize say we need a lot of capacity building at the Ministry of Youth and across the country.
I thought I fit say for my land my share tomorrow for I become self-reliance for myself. I make African land this my share. I know say while land this my share, I go get job in and out of Sierra Leone.
That's Giasui.
They can't tell we say that they can't bid for good car wash. We will be saying that they like talk to themselves what they make. So we don't believe unless we see where they can begin the bid tons and sana say later on a car contractor can over give them the site can construct the way the infrastructure structure there, so it's we put on right now we say remote car can they go under the was under the then now the car wash out they don't they now we be to say we with the was car we man done with the pay we man the way they work then we get medical facility where in place where even any wash come we sick we take care of all things they now they in place.
President Mitchell said government on its own construct 70 fishing boats then. And that fishing boat then they rather don't create job them for over 1,600 young people across the country.
Waiting the Minister of Youth issue. I the main better thing is because we don't help me, if me not fisherman, he land me back out for fishing. So he give me, and I the best before I can bribe body, he pull my pocket, he give me. He not going to satisfy me. That get me back, get me up, people there. That get me picking them. Now to me they survive. But what gonna see? Later they go get under. That boss man or that body blah blah blah, you know the thing like Jimmy.
There are things we should not politicize as a government, there are things we should not politicize as a nation. And if we want to move from left to right, with the type of celebrate, with the people they compare with to other countries, there are things we get for do with nationalism and patriotism. Everything we get for do to young people are things we will not politicize.
This human capital development president will say for give all Salomon. Now for make the land work, we go better them and better the one whole country. So all about the country. Young people them don't team up to one. Say them the land work. So they're not going to stranger tomorrow bambai and can't give them work when at then self for do. Then self don't say they don't meet from right but they talk again. With waiting president bill don't make them the land so they go able to do better for themselves and then country. And as we they near the 3 year, we they do documentary them for sure how President Bio in government don't better young people them this short 3 years so. Because alone, you must be better.
Well, I that to me people them. Every day, every night we they get people where they come and provoke situation. But we not they blame them. Now the same people and they now the pipeline right now who side the only don't away. They all they can lick their fingers there.
Before you go, before I ask you something. Almost then they pay this guy
25 million salon money
per month.
Now in this man in one
So what do you expect
for a
Ledo?
single month.
Now cameraman and status, what do you expect for Ledo?
But I make I tell you say we not blame them. Now then the pipe where the only don't away.
Continue.
They all they can lick their fingers them. And then the other style, me people, the way we like on this government, when they say then they do something for people, them prayer, una just they turn around and watch the family name. If not to Kalon, na Jusu. If not to Jusu, na Bakewa. If not to Bakewa, na Betua. Don't you say not to all things there for politicize? What you know they tell we who no know? Una see the name say we just display on the screen. Una say can land machine, una say can this, una see the names them we just display.
So apart from the names then, wait till me go ask now how then get them people there. If not to
selective something.
If not to me brother can't go do this tiandaba. But wait, you know say 10 people are self na comedian there. In 3 years, 10 people and they talk about so 10.
Well, you know, say they play the comedy movie most. For make shamelessly this government they point at development, they say car wash. They get medical facility. For goodness sake.
No, but then they not farm right. At least they don't get 10 people inside 3 years where they learn how for do work, skills training. 10
but
years.
Let me self ask you. You ask me. Let me self ask you. You feel say 10 people they get shame of themselves?
Yeah, they do. They get. Now 3 years, now just 3 years, don't trust the process. By the time they say 5 years, we don't
so
take the country
go
million income. Huh?
5 years, how much them?
If I don't calculate a number now, we don't go like 25. approximately, or 27. No, what's it 27? 5 years, then go don't go like 13, 14, 15, approximately.
No, but 3 years, not 10. I must get back per year.
Now I would give
3
them
years,
seven back. So now like 17, approximately latest, last. I need talk price pass than again.
Me people, una make we continue for praying. Una make we continue for talk. Una make we continue for educate to people. We need for take the right decision, me people. We need for. If not, we dey under bondage.
But me, I like this though. April this year, caretaker build the can 3 years in office. Until now they feel say no don't succeed. Last show us to pan the thing them where it don't achieve inside these 3 years.
Shameless people, a bunch of shame. Oh my goodness.
But now so 25
Shameless
million they
people,
talking. Now 25 million to say for talk.
You know like.
Ah well.
Raymond Donjis no he go collect 25 million.
Until now say we know they do anything. Now the youth themselves don't they before for take development. The youth and all land skills for able for bring this country can to middle income. By 2023, this country go don't transform, we go to middle income economy. Shame on you.
The government we can promise with transparency and accountability.
No, but honestly, I wait for see more of them video them where we go to bring cam na so more of them video them for point at things them where they don't do. And we will get for look at, I like something, government na continuity. This government na only waiting, they meet where they waiting, then they take praise for. Like for example, they will take praise for the Kiama Road, the Okupa Hospital, the Bandajuma Road, then go take praise for the Bere Junction, then go take praise for the Moyamba Junction, Moyamba Road, all of them projects and they
things where they meet, where they inherit.
It's good, na continuity, na so me say. Then go take, but they no go ever talk say this project come from so here.
Well, being that government na continuity, I dey pray the other government where they can make they no can continue who side they wire don't they find.
No, I know they talk about the Anyampi life.
Well, all
No.
Anyway,
Now they will discontinue. This still don't begin so that next person will get for take over and I no go craze.
When these governments come and the things that the way they will point finger at. Thief, intimidation,
no.
lock people in a prison,
we get Bokutin for point
seizing
out.
of people freedom.
No.
You know?
We get Bokutin for point out.
Poor market system.
No.
All thing.
Bible will get Bokutin.
Yeah, the ugly. Now not the point
No.
out.
We get car wash. We don't train 10 people them. We get fishing boats them. Yes, the last government, the fishing boats where they give them just make that baupara and then they corrupt the money they eat all. The car wash where they say then they make. But wait so, I don't ever hear them talk about this youth village. The youth village, they make noise for nothing other inside the youth village. For all the money. We government send back then sorry for we the last government to then squander youth village. Say then go na Kabbalah, go do something there to certain people them. This government don't come back then cause noise, then give them money, then don't squander them back. Youth village no they ever exist. Huh?
Let you alone it for.
But na continuity. If that day it is set for you.
But that money na just chicken change for them for me man there.
You know alive.
You know. But me, I fed up with them people, abo.
Why for fed up?
I fed up.
No, but not fed up. Anyway, una not forget today, na the 23rd of March, we commemorate or remember. So if you remember back, the 30 years from where we've been go per war till we don't commode. So we tell God thank you. Now peace. We love for each other. We will still go with that word say, I pledge my love and loyalty to my country when I'm waiting Sierra Leone, okay? Anyway, so I think we not get better thing again. Thank you very much for what you don't take your time for comment, like, and then you also share the program. YouTube, Facebook, una thank you for all una term, all una share, all una conversation. We don't see they all very good. You will come in comment bad, you will comment good. We appreciate everybody. Yeah, a platform for everybody, yeah. So una thank you for all what una don't do for we inside the program. Please una not forget sister admin, we put the thing oh. You see this we get our screen say please support us through our PayPal paypal.me/weird salon, okay? So please una get for take note of this. If una want for support we na PayPal, if you want for stand for we how do you call it? What I say you want say I tell money. I call out MoneyGram, yeah, whatever you can do to Fatmata Bangura, and then you get with our number, WhatsApp number +23279421437. Yeah, we still the buy things them for make sure say we able for the up to standard and able for the come up. Remember, we begin with 1 time per week. Now we go 2 time per week. Now we go 3 time per week. Now we're going down back to 1 time per week. From 1 time per week, now we take on straight 7 days a week. God is good oh, we dey try. At least we dey pray. Let God continue for giving the well body, you know, the energy, the strength for Lord continue for the calm with things them, you know, and let give you the direction for let we able for do things independently can we do am so yeah. So we
not
tell
the
you
new direction, but the good direction.
And make we say God in direction. If you mix up and box up me with Coca-Cola at the vex. Anyway, one for telling her plenty thank you. Once don't know and don't forget we the fan we daily bread.
Your brother in talk.
Ahuta komo. You can't care goodness to people. Ahuta komo. I've been telling say never see this again. Anyway, una thank you. You get it to your ad.
No, well, I just want to tell we people more especially we good people and thank you for deal with we for move this channel how we dey go with them so and how we want them for be tomorrow. Now plenty thank you. God bless we all. Make we continue and you will watch the program. I feel say the only thing we you go dey do for we say they know say you appreciate what we dey do now for hit the like button. And left your comments down. Until we meet again in the next program. Now don't forget say the cap, the watch, and the Lacoste they still for sale. The watch they go for 35, the cap 20, the Lacoste $20. Now don't forget then day you want, you go PVW now we WhatsApp number so we go able tell you how you receive them. Any site where you did with the send them day. Until we meet again tomorrow, now the program we always me and you get chance for talk both video and audio. I say tata, I love you all. God bless we all. Me na Bible once again.
James Muhammad Sisse, thank you very much for your last comment we drop. We appreciate that comment there. And out of the nonsense already talk, please now for pick the sense there so you will get sense tomorrow back. Yeah. Until we meet again, I want to say God bless we all.
Wherever you dey, mama, make you pray for me. Because we don't tire, we don't tire for this oppression. That's why we dey ask for solution. Police they kill us, government they born us, no be lion. Now what thing we go do? Now we dey do. Cause if we not stand up, nothing for tomorrow. What thing we go tell our pikin? Say we no fight for our right. Mama, why don't they kill us? I beg now what thing we do?
Sierra.